Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today I'm going to feature a game by Thyderian on Pilsen in his E75. He's platooned up with Gilby. Unfortunately, Gilby's going to make an early exit, and I got to speed this up because I got a little twist in here for you guys. This is like a slow punch-out battle. To me, I'd rather be on the other side. You can work that ridge line and pretty much just set up a solid defense and make them push to you. As they cross the open corridors, you can get shots into them as long as your team's hull down. And I think it's important that some people make pushes, but if your whole team pushes out into the field, you pretty much make it a fair fight on flat ground. Whereas they get to use the buildings as cover, your team gets to use the hill as cover. So Thyderian puts his 4-shot into that Carnarvon, then the Carnarvon gets hit again, put down to 95 hit points. He hasn't taken any damage. This Tortoise just keeps on breaking his track. The MKR shuts the Carnarvon down. Thyderian locks the Tortoise in place. The rim job comes around, locks him in place. Does he have a shot on the Tortoise's top cap? He sure does. He shuts him down. The Remmental Borsig seems like he's had enough. He wants to make a play here. He's not very happy that Thyderian keeps carving up his team and hasn't taken any damage for it. So the Conqueror tracks him, and then the Borsig comes around, shoots his side, and only tracks him, only retracks. Conqueror tracks him again, and this is E75 at its finest. Thyderian's doing an amazing job side scraping. This thing is an armored beast, and though it has one of the worst DPMs at tier 9 heavy tank, it gets away with it because of the fantastic armor. Now the lower plate is kind of a weak point, but if you have it angled, then tier 9s and lower are going to struggle with it. It's all about angles with the E75. Alright, so he recognizes that there's an STI pushing on this side. The STI bounces him on his turret, and he gets a nice tracking shot into him. Locks him in place, his team shuts him down. And you can see what happens when you start to push up into their territory. So Thyderian's just utilizing these buildings as cover. He's got people behind him, so once he locks them in place, those people have free shots on him, and their weak points are exposed once they come over that ridge line. Now the Conqueror is hull down, which is a nice play. I think he's finally realized, like, I'm running out of teammates. I have to use my tank for its strengths, and I can't just drive out into the open courtyard. Thyderian lets me know that he probably spent a little too much time on this guy. Maybe alternatively put some HEs into his top cap. Spizzle tries to make a play something. I don't have no idea what that play was about. Maybe spot some guys in the back if they weren't spotted, or he just wanted to die so he could get to the next match. So Thyderian sends him back to the garage, and they got 8v5 and they got one on the base. You can see it's a 3-minute cap though, so there's no possible way you're ever going to cap this thing. I mean, they have a bunch of medium tanks lined up on the 7 line, so there really isn't any way that guy's realistically going to cap. It is a VK100 to 1P, so he might give him a little fit though. Up to 10 pens, 2 kills. Which is already a good game in the E75. I mean, definitely Pilsen is one of the maps that you're going to be able to use the E75 to its strengths. So he comes to the other side, and there's just another Conqueror hull down. Now, at this point, this is the first time he's using strength versus strength, tier 9 heavy tanks. The Conquerors are hull down, and he has the building to side scrape off of. So it's like, which tier 9 giant heavy is going to win here? Comes back to the other side. There's no Conqueror over here. And it looks like their other Conqueror is starting to make a play. And actually, that C Moffat 98 is the Conqueror that was in B4 that was hull down before. So looks like he's getting a little aggressive. He does have the 2 dead tanks to give him some cover fire. So we'll see how Thyderian plays this. Checks the Shed of Shame. Sees that there really isn't anything on. It's going to hit his side. So as he ekes up, he realizes that the other Conqueror is still hull down covering C Moffat. Gets a shot into the VK-100-01 because he pulls up. And the VK-100 can't really turn his turret to the side. So he's just going to have to take the shell. Alright, so we got 10v8. Feels like they should be spread in the distance from the red team, but I think the green team, the rest of their teammates are getting a little too aggressive. And really playing into the red team's strengths at this point. Okay, so now Thyderian's going to work this corner and hopefully open up a little bit more angle on this Conqueror. But you can see this is a good Conqueror player. As soon as he knows that his hull is exposed, he backs down the hill a little bit to make sure that he's hull down. So Thyderian gets a shot into the object 257. Their Conqueror takes their MKR. Then C Moffat finally falls to their Patton. The 257 is actually making a pretty aggressive play in my opinion. I mean, you're down to 3 tanks versus 5, so you have to start making some plays. But in my opinion, I would have just dug in at G4 and expected the green team to get overly confident and make them pay like they've already shown that they're going to do. So Thyderian gets another nice shot into the 257. That's really going to help out for endgame. See, the 2 mediums are kind of scrambling. They did shut the sniper down that was covering the 257, but the 257 takes the 46 Patton. And now Thyderian's going to make a play on this Conqueror. As he comes around the corner, there's no Conqueror spotted. So there's a little hesitation. And the problem now, I think, is that the Fatherland leaves him. Because him and the Fatherland are both pretty healthy. Now the 257 takes the T20, and honestly that T20 was in over his head. I would hate to have to fight a 257 with a T20. I love the T20, but I struggle with the 257 even in my tier 9 tanks. So to fight it in a tier 7 tank, that'd just be tragic. So another great side scrape here. 257 just takes his track with a heat shell. Now he's going to try to scrape and get a shot into the Conqueror. Conqueror just makes it to the next rubble pile there. So now we're stalemated 2v2. Thyderian and the Fatherland definitely have a hit point advantage here. You see the Fatherland is not doing a great job of side scraping. He's pretty much throwing his lower plate around the corner. And tier 9 heavy tanks are gonna shred that lower plate of the Fatherland. Looking for a shot in the Conqueror. Just can't find it. You see the 257 got a shot into the Fatherland. So now Thyderian feels like he needs to just go take care of this 257. Fatherland tracks him. Thyderian's going to cross the opening. The Conqueror doesn't take advantage of that, which is huge. And then it looks like he looks for an upper plate shot. Guys, I'm going to pause it here. You can see he's down to 6 APCR, 6 HE. And now at this point, I'm going to switch perspectives. We're going to watch it from the 257's perspective, and then we'll meet it up and we'll finish it up with the 257. So, all right, guys and girls, we got the start of the battle here. The enemy 257. All right, so generally when I start in the south on Pilsen, I'm going to go to G3, and I'm just going to lock down that corner. Now there isn't Artie, so you could probably play this field a little bit like he's playing right now, but you really are subject to, if they make like a hard push into the Shed of Shame where the cap is, they can definitely get cross shots onto stuff. So this guy definitely is saving his hit points for the end, but also locking down a flank. I mean, this map is very campy, and to be honest, if I'm in a 257, I'm in a different location, but I'm only going to be taking shots at things that are making mistakes. People are going to get bored, and you're going to take advantage of it. Or maybe it's not boredom, it's just they want to try to make a play to advance their team, and it's just not the right play. So you can see their team's kind of doing a little shuffle here. They were in B4, and now they're starting to move over to D4. They're losing the north pretty handily, and we know that's Thyderian doing work. And then one of their heavy tanks shifts over here. Conqueror shuts down the captured King Tiger. This T95 E2 for some reason needs to make a play in this courtyard on 3 heavy tanks. I mean, what are you thinking, dude? He's just not accurate enough to put reliable shots into the 257. 257 shuts him down. Now he's the most advanced he's been all game, and you can see that not only do they have shots there, but anything in the back, so like in E0 would have shots in them too, in those back eastern hills. And that's one, I mean, I've learned the hard way when this map first came out, and just beating my head against the wall of trying to advance along this southern courtyard. There's just so many more angles that are opened up. Not to mention if anything's hiding in the 0 line from HJK, they can get potential shots in here too. You can see in between these buildings here, and a lot of people like to hide in the corner over there and just wait for people to make mistakes. Alright, it's 8v10, or 8 to 10. The 257 is going to start taking advantage of his hit points and armor in this matchup. He shuts down the 432. Thyderian gets a shot into him, so he takes the first shot. First shot damages the game. As he comes around the corner, the T69 is sitting perched up on the hill. What an easy shot for this. I want to talk about the E75 being a great side scraping tank. This also is a great side scraper. It also has like a sharp pike nose, so that lower plate is weak, but it's very small compared to other Soviet tanks, so it's not easy to hit, especially if you're wiggling in this thing. So the 46 Patton and the T20 try to make a play on the 257 and flank him, and you can see that the 257 pretty much knew exactly what they were doing. Turns around, takes care of the 46 Patton. The T20 has nowhere to go, nothing to do, and he's pretty much going to get shut down, locked down here. Gets lit on fire. You see this guy is up to 7 kills, 14 pens, so he's having a hell of a game too. Him and Thyderian are going to be matched up at the end. It's going to be Battle of the Beasts. Which tier 9 heavy tank is better? Now, is it really fair? Because Thyderian has 1,500 hit points, and this guy's only got 900. So this guy's going to show off some side scraping ability too. And that bolt hull that I talked about is definitely one of the reasons why this thing is such a good side scraper. To get a shot into this thing, you need to hit above the space armor into the side, but that's so well angled. If you angle it off of the side scrape, plus it's already tilted at an angle, you're never going to get through it from that angle. So, alright, he's going to push up the 7 line. He's looking for a shot. Fatherland's not going to give it to him. So he's going to advance forward. He's got dead tank to use if he wants. Just going to help him get on this corner. As he pokes, he realizes that the E75 isn't paying attention to him, so he can get a free shot into that Fatherland. The Fatherland wasn't even paying attention to him. They just didn't expect the 257 to make such an aggressive push. Now the 257, or I mean the Fatherland doesn't do anything to react to the fact that the 257 was coming, and though he tries to like set up his gun, he should have tried to protect himself, angle himself or something. So these two trade shots, both of them bouncing off of each other, and this is where both their armor is going to be on show here. Now the one thing Thyderian could have done there was continue to face hug him, try to protect the Fatherland, but I think he was just in the, you know, he's in a tight match. He doesn't realize that the Fatherland is going to pull out. So it's such a terrible angle at such a bad time to allow the 257 to get a shot into him. The Fatherland should have just rushed the 257, got behind him in my opinion. And unfortunately is not going to be in Thyderian's favor, but I get to feature 2 tier 9 heavy tanks, and actually 3. Those Conquerors definitely had nice games when they moved down to the ridge line. So look at endgame stats. Thyderian throws down 7k damage, 3 kills, 4700 blocked with the ace tanker, high caliber. Makes 185,000 and a depressing loss. His 257 on his team did 3k damage with 3 kills. Their 257 bested him with 6k, 9 kills. Radley Walter medal. Their Conqueror did 4,300 with 3 kills. That's really all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next video.